leaders, various transport unions, the national chairman, regional chairman, and executives of the ruling New Patriotic Party, residents of Swami, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. To say, Minister Amakwata ye Namasre na mama me akawe opoto kasemu de make e ko babia wo Ghana me pese obia fo me yese makwa fum aka bibia mempe. I'm happy to be in Swami and to see to the fulfillment I made of the pledge I made to you last year when I came to the region and said that the construction of the Swami Interchange will commence this year. As you already know, when Akufo-Addo promises, he delivers. And I'm glad to join you today to cut the sword for work to begin on the Swami Interchange and complementary roads project. The Swami Interchange will be the first four-tier interchange in the Ashanti region and the second in Ghana after the Pokwase Interchange, which I commissioned on 9th July 2021. Once completed, it will address the perennial congestion experienced around the Swami roundabout and improve urban mobility within the greater Kumasi metropolitan area, and will consist of the following: a four-tier interchange at the current Swami roundabout, an overpass at the Abreport junction, an overpass at Crowphone junction, an overpass at Magazine New Road junction, and an overpass at the Busia Krowa junction. As you can see, it is not just a one interchange project, but a 6-in-1 interchange project package, the first of its kind in the country. Apart from this project, government is tackling critical road projects throughout the country in a holistic manner, so that every part of Ghana shall have quality all-weather roads. In the Ashanti region alone, the Akufo-Addo government has completed asphalt overlay for 295 kilometers of roads since 2017. Some of the beneficiary areas include Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, that is in Sumi, Nishayaso, and Bantama, Asokwa, Uforikrom, Kwadaso, Swami, Otafo, Asokore Mampong, Bekwai, Obuasi, Edwiso, Drabe, Setra East, i.e. Fijase, Ashanti Mampong, and the Chima in Webiaja South. Again, government has completed the construction of 100 kilometers of local roads in Kumasi, which was undertaken by MS Contractor. The beneficiary assemblies are Kumasi Metropolitan, Asokwa, Kwadaso, Uforikrom, Swami, and Tafo Pankrono. In addition to the 100 kilometers of local roads I just mentioned, the Department of Urban Roads has completed another 75 kilometers of town roads in Ashanti, including Bekwai Town Roads, Kwamo Town Roads, Menshia Town Roads, Brokroom, and Edwiso Kwaso Town Roads. The Department of Feeder Roads has also completed the upgrading of 68 kilometers of selected feeder roads in the Ashanti and Western regions, a project which was undertaken by Monsieur Sino Hydro Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the completed ones, the following works are also ongoing. The Kumasi Roads and Drainage Extension Project, which is 97% complete. The works involved in this project include the upgrading of the Lake Road into a dual carriageway from the Coca-Cola bottling plant to Dompoase, that is 3.5 kilometers, and the lining of the seaside stream for 2 kilometers. The construction of a modern terminal at Dompoase, which is part of the project, has been completed and commissioned. It is expected that the entire project will be completed and commissioned by the end of the year. The works are being undertaken by Messrs. China Henan International Corporation, Chico, and funded by the Agence France de Développement of France. Another is the construction of the Kumasi inner city roads, which involves the rehabilitation of another 100 kilometers of local roads in Kumasi by Messrs. Sino Hydro Limited. The sod was cut on 25th March 2022, and the works are so far 15% complete. The emergency rehabilitation of 12 kilometers Etimetim Masi Abu-Abuja Road. As of 12 kilometers, the upgrading of the 49-kilometer Asankare Krofa Dransa Road and Krofa Brentukron Majida Road. The entire road is sealed. The contractor is NAG Fairmont. The upgrading of 40.3-kilometer Amantima Junction Wioso Seche Road. The reconstruction of the 30-kilometer Arian Kwanta Obuase Road, which is 90% complete and will be completed by the end of this year, 2022. The upgrading of the 31-kilometer Jintimuosu area roads and asphaltic overlay of hilltop roads of 31 kilometers, which is 75% complete. The upgrading of the 8.7-kilometer Kwapia Ruoso feeder road, which stands currently at 52% complete, and the asphaltic overlay of the 10.5-kilometer La Subjunction to Agric Inzima and other feeder roads project, which is 30% complete. Ladies and gentlemen, the construction of the Swami by MS Grupa Dizima of Spain and Rango Construction Limited, a Ghanaian company. The complementary road component will be undertaken wholly by the Ghanaian firm Rango Construction Company Limited, with supervision of the entire project being the responsibility of the Ministry of Roads and Highways through the Department of Urban Roads. They are to ensure the country gets value for money, as well as ensure strict adherence to completion dates. I urge the contractor to put in place the necessary traffic management measures to minimize any inconveniences the construction works will bring to commuters and pedestrians. In spite of our present difficulties, which I know will be overcome sooner than later, I continue to be excited about the future prospects of our nation, and I urge all Ghanaians to join hands in building the Ghana we want. We can realize this if we all work at it. And I want to number and some papa a family who was at the Medu. Bako, when you know, and about the brassy, and brassy, and there, or not sexy, but I was on Yami, and someone in our homeland Ghana, and make her great and strong.
Bawsam Kasiapa from Ghana Mampani. Bawsam Kasiapa from Ghana Mampani. Rananyame Israel. Samei Yabama, the Ashanti Regional Chief Imam. Abompaye Tiawa Israel and Neneko Bebe.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله Nana and Laura made a topic and Bible topic to be by. May give thanks and praise.
and momentarily he will be coming out of the Swami police station premises to symbolically cut the sword for the construction of the Swami Interchange behind me where I am standing. I've been joined by Richard Ahiagba. Richard Ahiagba is the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party. And it is the New Patriotic Party which has formed government in our country today, led by President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So just to quickly ask you, Richard, some have accused your party of not doing so much for the Ashanti region and even beyond. With the commencement of this project, do you think that it vindicates government in any way?
Well, thank you very much. Greetings to everyone. I think the president has been working very hard since Sunday when he came. I've been part of his tour all around. But today is a key moment. It's a key moment for several reasons, because the Swami Interchange is supposed to be part of a number of interchanges connected to form a ring around the Ashanti, mainly Kumasi metropolis. And all of it, if you see, the MPP from President Kufuor's time has undertaken major construction work here in terms of road infrastructure. The NDC
Welcome back to our studios here in Accra. You're watching a live coverage of the President's regional tours. This week we are focusing on the Ashanti region. The President began a 4-day working visit of the Ashanti region from Sunday. Today he is at Swami, where he's just about to cut sword for the construction of a Swami Interchange in Swami in the Ashanti region. Earlier, the President addressed the crowd just before the sword cutting ceremony, and before we came on, you saw the interview with the Director of Communications of the governing New Patriotic Party, Mr. Richard Ahiagba, with Wilberforce Asari. We'll take you back to that interview, but just to take you through another itinerary for the President today. The President will be attending a Durbar of Chiefs and People of Nsuta, where he will also be commissioning the District Assembly. The President would then commission a maize processing factory under the 1D1F, and then also inspect an Agenda 111 hospital project in Nsuta. So that's the itinerary in Nsuta in the coming hours. The President, shortly after cutting sword for the Swami Interchange, will move to Nsuta for these activities. Once again, let me just take you through. He will be taking part in a Durbar of Chiefs and People of Nsuta, after which he will commission the District Assembly Complex. He will then commission a maize processing factory under the 1D1F, also in Nsuta, and then inspect the Nsuta Agenda 111 hospital project, which is ongoing in that particular neighborhood. So that's how the rest of the day looks like for the President as he concludes day 3 of his visit of the Ashanti region. Shortly we'll take you back to Swami, where the sword cutting ceremony is just about to conclude. Earlier the President spoke to the gathering. You also heard from the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, who also addressed the gathering and provided some more details about similar projects that will be constructed. Right now though, we will hand over to Wilberforce Asari, who is continuing his interview with Mr. Richard Ahiagba.
It's something that has suffered from the NDC propaganda. As we speak, there's a total of 336 contracts, which are road construction contracts, that has been given, and over 1,250 kilometers of road has been done here in Ashanti region. So if you are talking about development in Ashanti region, this government has done unprecedented work, and it is left for us to be able to diffuse the propaganda and tell our story the way we have to tell it, so Ghanaians, especially Ashantis, will realize. But the key point I want to make finally on this question is that, look, the MPP exists for all of Ghana. The question the NDC is asking, or the others who are in doubt are asking, is to say that the MPP is fixated on the Ashanti region. We are not. we believe that this is our stronghold, but we are giving development to all of this country. So maybe we need to sit and talk about every work that this government has done all across Ghana. And I just gave you a challenge. Any NDC member should come and tell me. I am from the Volta region, and you know that you come and tell me how much work in terms of road infrastructure that they have done. The road from Accra to motorway roundabout all the way to my hometown was constructed by President Akufo. NDC should tell me, and it goes to Ketu South, which is their World Bank. Tell me if they constructed that road. So the question for us is not about which part you are developing or which part you're not developing. It's about developing Ghana, and we are engaged in that business.
Indeed. All right, so President Akufo-Addo will be stepping out from the stage pretty shortly, and he will be coming all the way to where we are standing. You can see a huge crowd waiting for the president to come and do the symbolic sword cutting. Now, there is a tractor parked there. There is also a bit of sand. There is a shovel that President Akufo-Addo, yes, President Akufo-Addo is currently inspecting the scope of the work and the project. So the officials there briefing him on exactly what the project is going to be about, what they are going to be doing, and then after that briefing, President Akufo-Addo will step out and come and do the symbolic sword cutting for the project. And so this is a Ministry of Information broadcast where we are following on with the president on his Ashanti regional tour. He began this on Sunday and he's continuing that today, Tuesday. He will complete the Ashanti regional tour tomorrow, Wednesday, the 19th of October 2022, and will proceed subsequently to the Eastern region to continue with the tour of the Eastern region. Currently, President Akufo-Addo is being briefed by the project consultants and what have you about the ongoing projects, what they are going to be doing, the scope of work that is going to be done, how long it's going to take them to do it, and the plans that they've put in place to ensure that they execute the project successfully. Now let me get to Richard and to ask you this final question before I let you go, because I know you are going to Insuta. So beyond this project, what are some of the other things that you think the government is going to be coming up with, which will be very significant as far as the Ashanti region is concerned?
Well, thank you very much. There are a lot of projects that the government is still working on. Kumawu Hospital is there. Most likely it is done. I think what I hear is that there are some equipment being put in there. Generally, that will be done. You know, hospital will be done. This emphasis about yes, that people they want. Then they appear or somebody else.
All right, so you're watching live pictures from Swami, where President Akufo-Addo is just about to cut sword for the construction of the Swami Interchange. That ceremony is ongoing. As you can see on your screens, the president is being taken through the architectural design. Engineers are briefing him on the scope of work, how long the work would take, and of course other vital information about the construction of the Swami Interchange. And as you can see on your screens, the president is keenly watching on the screens what is being displayed by the engineers who will be constructing the interchange. The president is there together with officials, government officials, parliamentarians, ministers of states, CEOs, DCEs and MCEs, all keenly listening to the briefing from the engineers who will be constructing the Swami Interchange. Earlier, the president indicated that the Swami Interchange symbolizes government's plans to of transforming the country's road infrastructure. The president said that in spite of the current difficulties as a country, government would not relent in bringing development to the people of this country. So aspects of what the president indeed said in his speech, even before he joined the engineers for that briefing. Don't forget, the president will be cutting sword for official construction to begin. We'll hand over to Wilberforce Asari, who is speaking to the Director of Communications of the NPP.
I'm in Interchange here in Kumasi, specifically the Ashanti region. All right, so indeed, Kweku, I've been speaking to the Director of Communications. He has made his way away, but currently I am in the midst of the people who are all waiting for the president to come and do the symbolic commencement of the project. Auntie, maybe I try. Then I do bahanum and then who so when Japan then potting I do baha.
I didn't buy honey say Interchange and I be bianu and you tell a buyer and one tell mammy baha. I'm a Swami for a near jet. I would yen and I ever yamayan. No.
Your auntie is also a dent in also buy.
And then the near Japan, obviously a president who are right. So they touch Amayan. It is by a niche and plan at the Abba and it's in your way. Interchange your my brain and now from the shop one on my back to the Japan.
One however,
Sinau Road, by 5 kilometers.
195 kilometers, the other do her
because of Interchange.
And they were near Brepao. Yo, now what?
When I'm offensive, I do. I'm not from your face. And I do. I'm not intimate. I'm about many Japan. I'm not telling you about it. I'm Mr. Nado. Obiani Bahu, movie against very Bahu against Joe.
I'm not putting you up a panel. You tell
Yo, so. All right, so President, you've been hearing some of the indigents who have come here to observe the official sword cutting. Akufo-Addo has just performed the sword cutting to commence the construction of the Swami Interchange. As you are seeing in your pictures, President Akufo-Addo has used the shovel symbolically to pick the sand and has thrown it to show that the construction of the Swami Interchange will commence anytime soon. And so the people of Swami, as you heard them speaking, are excited about the commencement of this project. Some are saying that they have prayed for several years for this project to start. Others are saying that they have been anticipating the commencement of this project since the Akufo-Addo government came into office. And finally today, the project will start. Even though it is going to take about 2 to 3 years to complete, the people of Swami are saying that they are very, very excited to wait for that period to ensure that the project contractors and consultants can complete this work and complete it well. And so from Swami, here in Kumasi, President of the Republic, Akufo-Addo, has performed the ceremony to officially commence the construction of here in the heart of Kumasi. If you have any doubt, you can think about and also Kaneshi. Those are what you can say the center of the city. And so when they're coming into Interchange, they believe that their businesses very, very easily. They can engage in commerce within very reasonable periods of time, and they believe that going forward, this project is going to reshape the Ashanti region and make it indeed the second biggest city in the country that it is. So President of the Republic Nana Akufo-Addo will now depart Swami and will make his way all the way to Nsuta, where he has other engagements. It's been a very energetic ceremony, and that's because the people of Swami, after protesting 3 months ago about the project not starting, about bad roads, and about the challenges that commuting in this area has posed to them, they now have been given a relief by making sure that the commencement of the Swami Interchange and its complementary projects get started. And so from Swami here in Kumasi, we've been bringing you a live coverage of President Akufo-Addo's tour of the Ashanti region, his stopover at Swami here in Kumasi. My name is Wilberforce Asare, and I will hand over back to you, Kweku, so that we can continue with this coverage.
All right, Wilberforce Asare live from Swami in the Ashanti region, where President Akufo-Addo has just cut sword for the construction of the Swami Interchange. The president is now moving to Nsuta for a number of activities. The president will be attending the Deborah of Chiefs and People of Nsuta. He will also be commissioning the District Assembly Complex, and then will commission a maize processing factory under the 1D1F before inspecting an Agenda 111 project also in Nsuta. It's still our live coverage of the President's regional tours. We are focusing on the Ashanti region. My name is Kwaku Obinji, and this production is brought to you by the Ministry of Information. You're watching us live on a number of media platforms, including GTV, Metro TV, City TV, Adum TV, ETV, and of course on Wazo TV. You're listening to us on radio, on Happy FM, Asasi Radio, and Tonson Radio. We will go for a quick break and take you live to Nsuta for all the big activities involving the president. Do stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Amhoy dargani ba no wa ba beka se abaso ba me de be ma santefo ne se wo matwetwa mpo akeka nsem ma ebu afu ya nkwa ankoto aba nti me ba be bom abaso ama mo project ko ma mpia nkwa ankoto aba eno no ba be me bisa ubuza ba oba be di president akase me koma Ashanti region project because yema yenkofo no twetwa omompo mankoto aba nti yemfa project nkobo omamba so eno no amba ba etino saniama wenum nyina no senya MPP ne be continue a nieba wie etena 2023 nieba wie 2024 no eye skilled niyantima wie bia no eye abandoned projects by the NDC. Agenda 111 Ashanti region kwa was saying
Sunday, Monday, and
district bia or Ghana ha agenda 111 wo district mu no se wo kwa akoto aba ne se nya MPP je na se NDC ba forget it abeka wuro enkrantie ne nkusie ane de wo be market
obi asem akase Swami Interchange na do beka
enam yensen ene etoso na mihuru ne se asanteman sade osom ne amambra kwaso da bia no MPP yede ahoden na yede nyansa ane nimde ne yede je aye MPP osra manyokuo no aye no bi ana MPP so ade osom papa ade aba na omo ba besom aye asanteman na no dai obampanyi bebeduru ha se memenda nwumre kwasi ada no koyi ne ho kire wotwe ndi abo Onyankopon ye free Onyankopon anim no ana ekoyi ye ho ade so kire asanteman wura ana ono so ekoyi ehwo di kire no na fe ye de aprabo no sha ase yakọ agenda 111 yakọ akobie ama manfo hu said agenda 111 na yeka ho asem no aba to the reality hospitals ahodo na iroject for year eno so yakọ a ene konogo so atimi anya bie ama obi atimi hu ade na ndisi for wo so pa etimi de ka ndisi pa edum so mampanyi abai na Akufo-Addo bai so the electricity waba one mia nkasa minua woheneba metropoku prempe na Ashanti regional minister ye koye na ngoma so electricity year wo makwa bia no de amaye ya betima serve afri Ashanti to even Burkina ebetra Ghana so de akọ enti ye hwemo na Akufo-Addo waba enu adai edwomfo ani age e kon carry even judges and lawyers. For the first time, you multimedia complex. I call it as a rare estate. With the Donald Trump rare estate. And then judges see what you say. Chief Justice, Attorney General, Justice Akufo-Addo, and Court of Appeal for and all the judiciary are no more serious. Because more down your first tennis court, the beer swimming pool, they enjoying a luxury commodity. And I will say, Nana Akufo-Addo, Ayadi Amamo. Even so, court one no idea seminal. First, you say that here, or ya Kwasiamu Aquata, President Akufo-Addo Namswa, court when you answer so as addition to Anra Adeka say by no. Anra a Thomas so, Yakoko who say, and also see a sea court. Kesia ewo enti Nana Akufo-Addo wode kuma se adiniye wo hwa bonkra na nyina ye ka ho asem bonkra aba enu adwom ukokofе kwan a yesi ayi onyankopon that me yi obi se brother bedi Ghana so ukodwom a ayi a omusie no aya phase 2 omusie no omanye aya car park betimi afa car park bebre yanko yo okay betimi afa car park bebre ebetimi serve the whole Ashanti region and you know and the neighbors even regions na ka ho nyina eto onyankopon ana de asedaka se ede man no na Akufo-Addo ba waba Ashanti mamu enti ama Ashanti ayede ama Ashanti
chama mameni wonye no amampani koyo nuanu motaka fam fo ho akwan wa Ashanti mamu asem esa bai kwabiri east ho asem yebusa mampani eyia no anybody bebre echemu se de o ma abaso o mu chemu ekokosi sai na mampani ka no
Mira, the any carano, Momame, Chiamubio, Namunum so be of her, so Pewaseboa, said the Obesia can be a no Wachiano. I'm not day or Mampany Cassat, so Mampany or Cassa, our bra, Nansania will be woman. Mampany, Sabi or coin, no coin of flashes or break. Aye east and wasem or shall see a keka numa why any amania at the Contia man ba Santi Mamunina and journalist na say you presenter o tekno obusano say amanfo bi keka say kwabre eho ana omoto abapa kese de ma nto omokwan no ye ne say sia me no ka say enu na jokrampo no enu anwumre ebo be 11:30 yesaya kwabre east hu akwan no yesaya meeting sia me no ka say contractor no ebia show up sia omo wo so sia me no ka say yema ye ho be 5 days or 1 week yebo se contractors ni nyina no ombe ha se no ma show up awo aye kwabre east omo be ye owadwuma anya ho nko a enti ayade a Yewura John Mahama ba ha beka say you do go to kura from a enya santema afe Akufo-Addo nka asada o ka ye ya o ka say ye ba ye ya kwan ya hodo 1300 asphalt lane ya gu 300 kilometers when ya dia ono oka na san this for ba ye na o mko na anye ntino mu chiri di obo no homoden mesa santeman mamunim say Akufo-Addo de Momunti and oh, and then a crap moment here and this for propaganda. Well, one nipa be bread mayen. Ever since I had to from 2017, up 2022, Akufo-Addo to a bad man as a president. Waba santimamu 110. So all bad over say, then see that. So president is busy. Media Fibiano, member region, no member Busamo de Mope, Namoka Semia, Major Sunamaye, Akufo-Addo, and Amia who, Sa, Amamoibi. And you want Omube Somudi concern, I say, Omupe Somudi atrone there, Ayomo Chapano, then you will be asking MDs for. And a person, yes, sir. And to the message, say, a mogo, Maumunya, journalist in the Busan, was for sure. Obey. No more casa for 30. I end this for a 30. I end this for and a mat threat. Now, end this for a young Yamova. And you know, one threat today, I empty. No more, Kwabri East in the Ashanti, my dear. I idea, dear, be a moya, and they say, and I can see a pie by and then they will be that a year 4th-year interchange. Now the damn Akufo-Addo. All Babaye, Eddie Amaye, and no near Coco has here, I was Swami, run about her. Yakonoma Yadiama or Eddie Amaye. It's okay. Also say, a band like I said, Menya, it's a million one will be na Yemuso, na Yamfa or Docas here. And Adiama president in Yano, Yanya Jose, Yabe, Adiamano, or Yankupo will be a Akufo-Addo there, or MPP, and or Dogan, no Ashanti, Papa, or Yankupo will be.
Chairman Meda say, Namiba Kwame and Chubosi Akon, I don't know, after Wednesday.
To be a team phone, near Jumaya phone.
Mampenia Bahanum Abo Pro Sunday. Monday and then a tosom yansa answer me babusa o samba kum yedu bi kwa no aprobon na mienu no amakono wo hu ne sei
dedi kan ma menchia mo na menchia yahine otufo sei to be bi asante kotoko hine krobia ne nkwaso wadaroma aye enam yensen ena etoso na mihuru ne se asante man sadia osum ni amambra kwaso da bia no MPP yede ahoden na yede nyansa anenim de ne yede aye MPP osuna manyokuo no aye no bi ana MPP so ade osum papa ade aba na omo baba sum aye asanteman na no dai obampanyi bebeduru ha se memenda nwumre kwasi ada no koyi no ho kire wo twendi abo onyankopon ye free onyankopon anim no ana ekoyi ehun ade so kire asanteman wura ana ono so ekoyi ehun ade kire no na fe ye de aprabo na sha ase yakọ agenda 111 yakọ akobie ama manfo hu said agenda 111 na yeka ho asem no aba to the reality hospitals ahodo na iroject for year eno so yakọ ene konogo so atimi anya bie ama obi atimi hu ade an this for was so pa atimi de kan this pa yedum so mampanyi aba ina na Akufo-Addo ba so the electricity waba one mian kasaminua woheneba metropoku prempe na Ashanti regional minister ye koye na ngoma so electricity a womakwa bia no de amaye ya betima serve free Ashanti to even Burkina ebetra Ghana so de akọ enti ye hwemu na Akufo-Addo waba enu adai edwomfo ani age ye kon carry even judges and lawyers for the first time, you multi-media complex. I call it as a rare estate. With the Donald Trump rare estate. And then judges see what you say. Chief Justice, Attorney General, Justice Sahudo, and Court of Appeal for, and all the judiciary are no more Obianima, yes, serious. Because more down your first tennis court, the beer swimming pool, they enjoying a luxury commodity. And I will say, Nana Akufo-Addo, Ayadi Amamo. Even so, court one no idea seminal. First, Nina say that here, or ya Kwasiamo Aquata, President Akufo-Addo Namswa, court when you answer so as addition to Anra Adia Cassia Bayano. Anra a Thomas so, your coco who say, and also see a sea court. Cassia Ewo, and another Akufo-Addo, what do Kumasi Adini, Osha Bankra. Me nyina ya kan ho asem bonkra aba enu adwom ukokofɛ kwan a yesi ayi a onyankopɔn ɛhyɛ da timi yi obi sɛ brada bedi Ghana so ukodwom a ayi a omusie no ayɛ phase 2 omusie no ɔmanyɛ ayɛ car park betimi afa car park bebre Yo, okay. Ebetimi afa car park bebre. Ebetimi serve the whole Ashanti region. And you know, and the neighbors even regions na ka ho nyina. Eto Onyankopon ana de aseda kese ede man no na Akufo-Addo ba waba Ashanti mamu. Enti ama Ashanti ayede. Ama Ashanti.
Chama ma me ne wonwie nra mampani koyo nuanu motaka fam fo ho. Akwan wa Ashanti mamu asem esa bai kwabiri east ho asem yebusa mampani eyia no. Enipa ne bebre echiemu se de o ma pese o mu chiemu ekokosi. Sai na mampani ka no.
Mira, the any carano, Mama men, Chiamu, now wouldn't say will be a va, so Pewa Seboa, said the Obesia can be a no Wachiano. I'm not there on my Penica Sat
of processing up to 5 tons of maize per day. And that is the 2 facilities that have been installed here for commissioning by the President of the Republic. Seen here took about 6.7 million Ghana cedis to complete. That is the project that the President will be commissioning.
All right, Wilberforce Asari will join us again when President Akufo-Addo finally the maize processing factory under the 1D, 1F as thereby at Insu.
WONTUMI a team phone near Jumaya phone.
Mampania Bahanum Abo Pro Sunday, Monday, and there a day Tosomiansa.
Team phone near Jumaya phone.
Mampania Bahanum Abo Pro Sunday, Monday, and there a day Tosomiansa. Answer me,
the president will be moved. We get the stone through from the district assembly. Kutunia Pamoke. Meadow Eka say. Like Medica Ekan, Ona Eka. When it comes to trade and industry, especially
production by
WONTUMI a team for
Sabia Kota Grande Bingu, Kroimuda. Yana Nanamu, who call it your one Matias in a bit macachero. Se Kota by MPP are buying in the bar. Nadia Tosum, you know, Mekan said, Akufo-Addo never buy a Yana district administration block is here. Many are Jibebri, because I don't know, Papa Chue Bisabia, to say, matches box, Mencanasa. I buy in Yuma, or Yenina, free MPP are buying by such West Hono. Ayano. And Punto Bebri, Abba Nemono, Amamono, Abamba, Abamba. Yahu, the Abambi by obey. Every Kofabra so free, Yeraja, Yemil Sabreso, Adia Baba Bessi, Ramahama, Bresbesin, and Akufo-Addo Pensi. Yamu say, Bronibeka, there's massive improvement of infrastructure development. Enti, Mimomodia, Munis and many Yankee kind of Bako. Bronibeka say, count your blessings and name them one. Bakuni say, Yanshe, Agenda 111, Nunkua Hospital, Okruma. Yes, yeah, baby, every day about 25% stage in Edruno, face Nedruno. Managing which I said, Yawa, am I in me and son, and Uncle Tour, I can see me and son. Insita, Pamine, the possum. Baby, health center, health center. Nasa Osha say, you have free, obi free bremu, oku, Nasa, Yaria Canwa, and as a man referral, Obeba Mampon, that you baby oku. Obecha kwansini bese ne odi free sense uta kura no oturu kono ngokura na nkeye hwe amount wo miensa wa hayi Asante man kura kuku da miensa ene wa ha san kura nyina na hospital ni mu a ne ye kono se ana ye koya na ye baaye ye nya hospital a ye siama ya agenda 111 ye fa sidema ye wura na Akufo-Addo ne to so mienu ye nhwe sa one district one factory eye one be adiba ko a and it's a do bakwa yewura Akufo-Addo de ba ya abebo ya hapa because every an my beko ukoko hwe mfidie ene enema ye de agu ho nom ene enyina mahode a ewo ho nom a ye num bia sabia ye ne adwuma ye no ye betime nya adwuma aye de make us me da kire mu nyina ye nhwe te se bibi te se road infrastructure wa ye no e dozo bebre na broni beka se bi Oliver will always ask for more. Yahwe ya kwan efiri nsuta kokosi efigase oyoko a contractor ko video de nsa kan ye na emom no enwie peye ba bia eduro no yesra na na se na dama ba bia sika hye bia no sabia onfa bim enim se obetimi aye ba ma bo ada nya me nhirawo na Akufo-Addo Ghana man nyina ye de nsuta man de me de metimi de me sat me bo aka se me nyiri bebre na mfi amadi a yawo mi wa ha na ya tete mo ha makosu school any BBA from a primary school, because see me training college, and I'm called Potam Hadi. Naturally, Sinto Wahano, Yenim. And Puntujuma, of course, Yenim. Enti, Madame Mura, Akufo-Addo Ase. No matter Mura, Alan Chamatin was 1 fashion, Yafriana, your corner, Yabu, and Fidia, a good any numa, a debabra, Nasabia, Yanuma, Yan woman, Yajumaye. Nay, dependent, and go for a dependent on Daji daji bia musunya adwuma ni bia akuafo kura do no ba yana se ko gogo no mu a ombenya bibi e de omunsa ka se ene de me ba school fees bi ana se madwuma bi a me ye ene etimi de bro nya kura bebe yi obenya kokko ba ko bi ato amane ba
na tebeda se men ko mesa aba ho bi na me ne onua onso ejina mensa benko ni en ne hwe mampani ene aba sechere central se de na rakwa mahene e ma yete ase no me poso hini e fa che me a kire se Mampani ba 2017 waba ekrojemu emprem mampani premier sa wode aba ewu a wote nsuta krojemu se na de ma na aba ni mapapa ne watimi ade amamwa ama wani agye ho
de waye bia no de na na ye bia no eso ye ni nsutaman de na na ye bia eso ye ni ekwan we so kwa aman bepo so ba bia atwea deɛ na ayɛ bia no so yɛ ni na yɛhwɛ na sɛ deɛ akeka mu no ntotomu no na nka yɛsɛ na sɛ ɔnyɛ ma yɛ deɛ pɛ deɛ me nua aka no nyinaa ɛyɛ no a na me toa so bi meda ase pa
ate bɛ so meda ase pa nti kwaku wɔne no mo edi nkɔmmɔ yɛ nua no mo te ɛyɛ nsuta kurogya yi emu ya mo ɛkyerɛ nneɛma pa Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo aban ayɛ ɛde ama Seche Central ya ɛkawe ɛde afiri Seche West District ya ɛnka na hinkuro ɛyɛ Asante Mampɔn ɛnɛ Seche Central nankasa mu aba bɛyɛ a district on its own. And as a record of from 2021, Oshe Housing and Population Council here course now. Ghana Statistical Service a place such a central population around a little over 70,000. And a can be Emma a yebe posogiri. Ejna so a day estre Mampena na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo say a one picture more and for more every district. Naka on for more and call a yet municipal. Because I believe so ye drew municipal. Certain development be one more already. Naturally be attracting Eddie Ama Womo Ninemu. Then so also Edemapa Mampena na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo aye Eddie Amomo. Kwagusamino eka say Minister for Roads and Highways Honorable Kwesi Abwako Atta ena ebu enkunta efiri bra Mampani ema na kwanya se wonsum ese aban so afohwe akwan ene akwantempon ye esem so bete Road and Highways Minister do also ekire ekwan hodo under his regime waboa LED amietimi yi ewo Seche Central empotamo ahadom osanso eguso ehye eboa se other roads bia empenfo entimi enya example ni efiri banko ede eba insuta ya beposo hine eka ho asem no Minister for Roads and Highways aka ho asem achem se abampenfo ani ewo ho obekoso so ewa fam ne bia no watimi aboase na be ya saa roads ne so na omuntimi enwie no oma contract na saa ko ekwan so bienu asa akohwe na wasa akoye adwuma no ententem epaso omu ana omunim eye atwea bepo mekire wonim atwea mountains ere free eye atwea ekọ banko yoso banko and portable na ekwan no enye but and the Minister for Roads and Highways my after say and okopion one contractors ewo kwan so mo ehwe aboa ye omu agi to pave way so that be asa kwan betimi adem aboa abampo if somebody is traveling all the way from Greater Accra region no any actually be Asante Mampon Edwira Amantin Atebupu Yejia the person would not have to go and use a Swami Interchange now wait me afa a year edweso na or the ababe rewura sa ababe si eye yoso banko insuta Mampona fe watwaso e de call Edwira Amantin Atebu ene yeji ene portable. So this is what the government and Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and so quickly me engage me call it Sami Wiafe na mene Sami any enkomo kakra na eja yenhwe Sami so ne amanfo so eguso edidi enkomo wotete esmonanam so ede atodwa edada enka ehwefo ne etefo se enche President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ebeji akasem na ono so anu disem wo edema na namayemfo amanfo ya atwa hia ewo ahadom no onso ede atodwa mampani ewia na kwakwa fame wafa apaso ade ababetwa ahwam se ne be ya officially Seche Central District Assembly ya your boy 1st November 2007 omo official office yo manya no ye bia no se ne bia from Monday going o metimi ashase ayemo adwuma Sami woteti from wa amanfo ani gie e mampani ba obaye ene say.
First of all, Omenia Japan one because almost said this will be not less than the president Abakrumwa. And then Bano and yes Oba Besram Oba commission and Niema and inspect other things. They first of all spoke about the agenda 111 from almost all in your district hospital will be your crazy Mampo. But they believe say with the coming of agenda 110 mantem welcome say Yareka will be they will have a hospital here. It is a big plus for government as far as that is concerned. Omu new district assembly to them that is one of the biggest they have seen in the Ashanti region in terms of a district assembly. Obviously in time past they never had a structure like this. And see looking at something like which will contain virtually all the offices. It will contain a district education, district NADMO, land, almost every local assembly in say having this particular district office will have that one. Tell you they are very what they are most excited about here. one district, one factory projects in Ewokrumwano. Almost is a maize processing factory. They've never had a factory in this particular district. And so the coming of this particular project is a big plus for them and for government. Because Omunim say, Dudona, Ebema, Ejuma, Baby, Abakrumwa, in terms of the youth in this particular area, Baby Benye Ejuma here. Secondly, Omananka said, Omoko Kumasi, Ekodi Pao, because there's now a factory here in this district and which is going to employ the indigenous of this particular district. And so for them, there's more excitement, more, good news and happiness for them. Or any Casanos or the name of Baby Tuja, Oma Quine, it looks as you say, Quasi, Baby Ebekobia, a quine, a major thing, almost, or Hinibia Kawasem. Amakwata Ababeka, the projects that they intend to do, especially the Brim Road. Contractor no also first no on yard into a new contractor about or Babesa this particular project. No, and for no more they are very excited and hoping say within the shortest possible time, no, this particular road project will be completed.
Eti Koku in no time President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo will be taking over the podium now also the nano this semi war at the mama for a war search central. Se ononso ene mapa na aban ewo egusu eyem ne obeye de amomo tse akwanya beba na obefri Ghana banwa kesere eso as president of the republic and commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. But just quickly, let me confirm say Mapeni Ekasevia, he will be led by other dignitaries na wababecha ahumem for official commissioning of the Central District Assembly. Then after that, the president will also be expecting the agenda 111. Yeah, and so a stone throw away from the newly built district for Central. Now, my peninsula the ni aquacoche. Now, I'm on for the ATF so etimi ehubi. As the promise Nana Addo Akufo-Addo gave during the COVID peak era, no, and Abano was here a year or yo. The government no can say about 88 districts were Ghana Hanumwa or more any district hospitals. Na Oka ye such a central, your mind go a suta and so account because way back in 1973, yeah, now such a central, such a west district one. Now, Omo District Hospital, yeah, Ashanti Government Hospital, which was built in 1973, and that has been 7 a month for a year, and all these areas. And President at the COVID peak, first say at this time, say, every district, people will not have to travel miles away to access health care. So, a month for a year, it was such a central, this will be for them. President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, and Akwenya. Ya echema pani edna no disem eba abetuja na obechire amanfo ye was a central na ni so aso ta o mata dachi bo hye omo be bia waye edi edru ene be bia opempen edi echo other projects nso a so underway so no mampani na Addo Akufo-Addo ebeka wasam chikoku yenko tie mampani.
So Minister of Trade and Industry, Minister for Roads and Highways, MP for Etiwa West, Deputy Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development Minister and MP for Ofinsu North, Member of Parliament for Nsuta, Kwaman Biposo, the Member of Parliament for Kwabri East, Deputy Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways and Member of Parliament for South, District Chief Executive, Central District, the Group Chief Executive Officer, Goyle Group of Companies, Akotuesio Wama Kwebi the Fourth, Biposo Mahe, Nana Abna Bema, Krutihima, Biposo, Nana Osei, Bosumpe, Otoso Miensa, Dako Jechi Hine, Acting President of Nsuta Traditional Council, Nana Jimfua, Aujina Homa Nsuta Hema, Nana J. Bonsafo, Otoso Miensa, Acting President, Kwamai Traditional Council, Sutafo, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. They say me da say emana nanom idwabo fefefe a wole dia ba be siame. They say na people so kan na no kre. E be fro Ghana benwa akonwai ma efe premier sam aba anie. Atambia me ba ha so a mo je me fefefe me de mase papa nyame sheda islam me de mase. Na den so no e bai ma sem nyina na na wode atodwe ebi efa titi de ka akwan wasem no yewra amoakwata amomode eyi ho ano na de waka no so no mi so bedi so de kwa bia so wa waka ansa na mekodo na sima me ka nyina no na bomode maye saa so na wo me kuma so a se me ba be ye na nenso aye nije kwa so pa se ni ma miensa na abomu a amaya ba. First of all, such a central district. He said, Regional Minister Kai, I said district assembly offices, except near me office, president office, and I said, Jubilee Annex. Chamate say Jubilee Annex. FPA, Nami said, I shall Namufanya at the Papa so. And what is so? You are Konya Kwakore, one model for fra Alanche Matemno diaba Ministry of Trade diaba I the baby a bro sama no ni nyina so no e de sika ni dojo adwuma e na e ba ha ye wie so a ya bomode so akwa agenda 111 na aba district ano we nyina akire such a district such a central wola be kuma so pa I don't think ye ba so anya de ba kunti e na ma ye ba ha niam miensa ani nyina ye niam miensa e modu na yenya wie e che so no ye beba bio ye ba no so no ye de papa enso ene na me da ma se pa na era kama oye ma she bedwani e ogina ha ma mo so me se mo boa no na adwuma na oye no o wa hode obje no hia mo boa na tumi aye na de hia se e de be free aban mu aba ha no o tumi aye ho adwuma e ma mo so mo nya mo chefa me da ma se onyame hyeda e hira chekere man enyina me da ma se papa.
Okay, Kwaku just gone by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and yete Nenkano na mapeni echre naniswa aso ewo taya amanfo ewo such a central eta the since oteki affairs of my Ghana from 7 January 2017 mapeni su akusunso asasho mo so ebo na ban hihye ye odi egu akwamu abuase ne be ya such a central so betimi afa na tuma pa de efram it's a Thursday na same yedidwa ewa ha better be cancel because me kuro na wa ha just a 5 minutes drive just about 5-7 minutes drive from Babia we utie mapadin moi amanfo was such a central at the Atanachi. How committed also to ensure the development and progress of such a central so Eda Nakumasui. One would say yes, encouraging enough for other districts that if you have a president now Okasem mean Jim and for baby Obia Ejna, I'll continue to give my full support for your development. And for it baby but you say also as a journalist what follow one is say.
Well, first of all, Kwesi, Abambia Niswade or the vision of every government is to bring development to its people. That is the foremost and the most important vision of every government. Say, or they input to Nikrum or wherever his indigents are. So when you have a government that sets a priority or a number of priorities, 1D, 1F, one village, one dam, all those things they are all developmental agenda and plans of every government. And Wusuta Yabahe, this is a clear example of this particular vision of a government wanting to bring development to the doorstep of the people. There's a district here, maize processing factory here, the newly constructed district assembly here. Agenda 1.1 is also ongoing. Matize Freehan, President back with inspecting the work's going so far. So this is a government that has created enough, vision for itself and bringing development to the doorstep of every Ghanaian in every district, capital, or wherever you find yourself. This is a typical example. And you happy? At least we've been on the tour a number of times. We've seen places you could see the duplicates of all these projects happening in this particular area. Residents are happy. Na indigenous be a person input to urban room. It's the basics. Say you be na kwan or you are obenya hospital or nipa benya baby ako school. It is the basic thing everybody requires in every sector or be final. So government moving ahead with this particular agenda, it's commendable. We expect they'll be able to continue with all these agendas on creating. So say they bring the necessary development to the people as they have promised them.
She said, as also an indigenous of Ashanti Mampoya, first Nasa district, I understand why the government is putting up a maize processing factory here because of the number of and I believe farmers almost so so at least for so me abaso area mobo koguti yanka yahwefo ene yetiefo esem President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo sameno ekasei mampani ene esasua wana nanam ayemfo eko na mampani akokotwa ahombabuo for official opening of the Central District Assembly na abuasana beya assembly metimi maybe partipa or metimi aye adwuma. Like we earlier said, at first assembly has been in a shopbox like office yanama ahochre abomoso, and I came into light said Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo so this is what we see behind me as a newly built district assembly, district office for Central Central. Now, the DC and other officials who matter will be working from. So, Kwaku, you can see in your shot, President. Yade MPA office no ano I'm a man for a war such a central as when when it comes to development. So right after here, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will be going to inspect agenda 111, which have already says yes, a stone throw away from the district assembly. Then after that, the President will be also moving to commission the one district, one factory, which is a maize processing factory. Yeah, a war such a central in the Ashanti region. So this is where President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has brought to a close his visit to such a central. And like I said earlier, the President is moving away from here to agenda 111 to inspect progress of work, to see how far the contractor who is working on the project has put the hospital to. Then the President will also be moving to the one factory to also assess to commission the factory that has been built for good people of such a central.
All right, so you have been listening to my colleagues Akwesi Insia and Samaria Fe bringing us live updates from the Durbar of the chiefs and people of Nsuta in the Ashanti region, where President Akufo-Addo has just commissioned the new district assembly complex for the area, for the people, the chiefs and people of Nsuta. That ceremony is just on your screens right now. The president and his entourage are in the building inspecting the facility after commissioning the newly built district assembly complex for the chiefs and people of Nsuta, which is in Nsuta, the Nsuta Kwaman Piposo area of the Ashanti region. Don't forget, the president is on day 3 of his working visit of the Ashanti region. The president is also expected to commission a maize factory under the 1D1F. He will also be inspecting an Agenda 111 hospital project also in Nsuta before wrapping up, and will return to Kumasi for other meetings before the day ends. Remember, we're bringing you a special coverage of the President's regional tours, and this week we're focusing on the Ashanti region. This is a special production from the Ministry of Information, and we have our men on the ground bringing you all that you need to know live right here on this particular channel. You're also watching us live on GTV, on Metro TV, City TV. We are also on Wezo TV, ETV, and of course you're listening to us on Asasi Radio. We are on Happy FM. We are on Tangson Radio in the Upper West region. So on your screens, pictures live from Nsuta, where President Akufo-Addo, as well as some government officials and traditional leaders, are inspecting the newly built district assembly complex, which is very new for the people in the area, the chiefs and people of Nsuta in the area. And as you just heard from President Akufo-Addo, the facility indeed is going to really help. Is going to really help with the administration issues as well in the area. Let's cross over now to our man Akwesi Insia, who is also monitoring another assignment close to this scene, which is the inspection of the Agenda 111 hospital site also in Nsuta. Akwesi joins us right now. So Akwesi, we know the president will also be inspecting the Agenda 111 hospital project there in Nsuta as well. What do you have to tell us about that?
Just for this commissioning, the Central District Assembly office complex, and as I'm talking to you, the president is on his way to inspect progress of work on the Agenda 111. We're supposed to provide health care for the good people of Central, because at first people of Central, Paman, Peposo, and other surrounding areas who have to travel all the way from their area to Asante, Mampo, to seek for health care. And the president has made a part of his campaign promise that is going to put up a hospital across most of the district where they are lacking district hospital. And such a central no Eka district in these hospitals no AP he's taking also advantage now all the aqua say Yama contract. I worried that a contractor is also on site. Yeah, oh yeah, and also what. So you know, I'm giving you some pictures and visuals for viewers and listeners. Yeah, I'm also 8 years. So everyone say the president now out of down just in no time will be at site to inspect progress of work. Send ye so a day FM and a be a contractor no a picture a dano a day SC. Now yashe a property a contractor no a work. Eddie Ebeya Jumano, Eddie Ebeya, a month for a work such a central. Ebenya, I want to also say the hospital that they've been crying for over the years. Due date we and a bit above and also we will take you there very shortly to have a feel of the present inspection of a year Agenda 111. Yeah, echo so I was such a central.
All right, thank you very much, Akwasinsia, joining us live from Nsuta. Don't forget that we will be bringing you live updates from the inspection of the Agenda 111 hospital project by the President as well. He will also be commissioning a maize processing factory under the 1D1F. Our coverage is not done yet. Do stay with us. We have more right here on this channel. This is live from the Ministry of Information here in Accra. Do stay with us.
Chama mameni wunye nra mampani koye nuanu moteka fam fo ho akwan wa asantemam wasem esa bai kwabiri east wasem yebusare mampani eyia no elipa ne bebre echemu se de omu abaso omu chemu ekokosi sai na mampani ka no
Mira, the any canon, Momame Chiamu na wunim se obi wo ho a so mpewa sebo a se de obesia ka bia no na wachia no anu adai o mampanyini kasa ate so mampanyi o kasa awa bra nyansa ne ahodi wo mu o mampanyi sabe okoye no ne okoye no fra ase se oka kwa bre aye east enho asem o sha ase keka enwuma waye ne amane adekronti ama ne ba santima mu nyina anu ana aye journalist na say yenua presenter o tech no obusa no sa amanfo bi keka say kwabre eho ana omoto abapa kese de ma nto omokwan no ye ne say sesia me no ka say enu na jokra mpo no enu anwumre ebo be 11:30 yesaya kwabre east hu akwan no yesaya meeting sesia me no ka say contractor no ebia show up sesia omo woso sesia me no ka say yema ye ho be 5 days or 1 week yebe wo se contractors ni nyina no ombe hase no ma show up awo aye kwabre east omo be ye owadwuma anya ho nko a enti ayade a Yewra John Mahama ba ha ka say you do go to kuragu from a enya santema fe Akufo-Addo nka asada o ka ye ya o ka say ye ba ye ya kwan ya hodo 1300 asphalt lane ya gu 300 kilometers when ya dia ono oka na san this for ba ye na o mko na anya yinti no mu chiri di obo no homoden mesa santeman mo amunim say Akufo-Addo de Momunti and and then a crap moment and this for propaganda. Well, one nipa bebre de mayen. Ever since I had to from 2017 up to 2022, Akufo-Addo ya to about the man as a president. Waba santimamu 110. So all bad over say, then see that. So president is busy. Media fibiano member region na member be busa mo de mope na moka semia mejina so na maye Akufo-Addo ana am yahu sa amamo ibi enti wono a omu be so mudi konkonsa na se omu peso mudi atro ne de ayo omu chapano no na nyi obi asa ya MDs for and the person yesa enti the message say mogo ma omunya yi journalist ni busa no was for sure obeye na momo kasa for threat no aya NDC for na threat aya NDC for and a threat na NDC for no nya dia omo beto ama ye dada epino omo threat ni aya empty na momo ye kwabri east ni Ashanti de aya ade bi omo ye bi aya be ene say adakese pa ba ene dey ye wuru bi da aya 4th interchange na dan Akufo-Addo oba be ye ade amayen eno ne yakwakwa hase e wo Swami run about ya kɔnɔma yɛ de ama ɔyɛ ɛde ama yɛ enti nipa a ɔsom sei ɛbɛyɛ dɛ no akasɛ menyɛ enti ma yɛ mua obiara na yɛmu so na yɛmfa ɔdɔ kɛseɛ ɛne ayɛ ɛde ama president ne nyinaa no yɛnyere yɛ ho sɛ yɛbɛyɛ ɛde ama no onyankopɔn hyɛ obiara Akufo-Addo deɛ ɔdɔ NPP ɛna ɔdɔ Ghana no ɔdɔ Ashanti pa onyankopɔn hyɛ obi
Chairman meda say nyame ba kwame ntwibosi akon eno no after Wednesday.
Wontumi atiefo nyina ne adwumayefo nyina.
Mampani aba hanum ebo apro Sunday, Monday ene eye da tosom yensa. Answer me bebusa o nsamba akomiedu bi kra no. Aprobon na mienu no amakọ no. Wo hu ne sei?
Dedi kan ma menchia mo na menchia yahine otufo se to abebi asante kotoko hine krobia ne nkwaso wadaroma eye enamiensen ena etoso na mihuru ne se asante man sade osom ne amambra kwaso da bia no MPP yede ahoden na yede nyansa ene nimde ne yede eye MPP osna manyokuo no aye no bi ana MPP so ade osom papa ade aba na omo aba besom aye asanteman na no dai obampanyi bebeduru ha se memenda nwumre kwasi ada no koyi no ho kire wotwe ndi abo onyankopon ye free onyankopon anim no ana ekoyi ehu ade so kire asanteman wura ana ono so ekoyi ehu ade kire no na fe ye de aprabo na sha ase yakọ agenda 111 yakọ akobie ama manfo hu said agenda 111 na yeka ho asem no aba to the reality hospitals ahodo na iroject for year eno so yakọ ene konogo so atimi anya bie ama obi atimi hu ade na this for was so pa etimi de kan this pa idum so mampanyi aba ina na Akufo-Addo ba so the electricity waba one mia kasa minua ohene ba metropoku prempe na Ashanti regional minister ye koye na ngoma so electricity a womakwa bia no de amaye ya betima serve free Ashanti to even Burkina ebetra Ghana so de akọ enti ye hwemu na Akufo-Addo waba enu adaye dwomfo ani age e kon carry even judges and lawyers for the first time you multi-media complex I call it as a rare estate where the Donald Trump rare estate and then judges see what you say chief justice attorney general justice Sahudo and court of appeal for and all the judiciary are no more obianima serious because more down your first tennis court, the beer swimming pool, they enjoying a luxury commodity. And I will say, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Ayadi Amamo. Even so, court one no idea seminal. First, Nina say that here, or ya Kwasiamo Aquata, President Akufo-Addo Namswa, court when you so as addition to Anra Adia Cassia Bayano. Anra a Thomas so, Yakoko who say, and also see a sea court. Cassia Ewo, and another Danko Akufo-Addo, what do Kumase Adiniye, Osha Bankra. Me nyina ye kan ho asem bonkra aba enu adwom ukokofɛ kwan a yesi ayi onyankopɔn ɛsɛ that me yi obi sɛ brother bedi Ghana so ukodwom a ayi a omusie no phase 2 omusie no omanye aye car park betimi afa car park bebre yo okay ebetimi afa car park bebre ebetimi serve the whole Ashanti region. And you know, and the neighbors even regions na ka ho nyina. And so Nyankopon and the asedaka say at the man who na Akufo-Addo ba waba Ashanti mamu. And Ashanti ayede. Ashanti.
Chama mameni wunye nra mampani koyo nua no motaka fam fo ho. Akwan wa Ashanti mamu asem esa bai. Kwabiri east ho asem yebusa mampani eyia no. Anybody bebre chemu said o ma pese o mu chemu ekokosi sai na mampani ka no
Mira de ni kan no mo ma men chia mu bio na wunim se obi wo ho a so mpewa sebo a se de obesi aka bia no na wachia no anu adai o mampanyi ni kasa ate so o mampanyi o kasa awa bra nyansa ne ahodi wo mu Mampanyi sabe okoye no okoye no fra se oka kwabre aye east enwasem o hyase keka enwuma waye ne amane adekronti ama ne ba Asante mamu nyina anu ana aye journalist na say yenua presenter o tech no obusa no sa amanfo bi keka say kwabre eho ana omoto abapa kese de ma nto omokwan no ye ne say sia me no ka say sia me no ka say enu na jokrampo no enu anwumre ebo be 11:30 yesaye kwabre
government build and then the facility is operated by the private sector. So one such facility is what we are witnessing today. With the support of African Development, the ministry with our agency called Enterprise Program came out with this facility at districts or areas where the farmers have the raw materials, but they do not have what it takes to move into the next stage of the value chain. That is the value addition. So we selected 5 areas based on a critical study. The first one is in Savlugu. In the catchment area, we have abundance of paddy rice. So we have similar facility funded by African Development Bank, also completed. The second one is in Nkrankwanta, in the Bono East region. Is also a rice processing facility. Then we move to the western north, Sefi Akontombra, where we have another rice processing facility. And then we have Takwa here for the maize processing facility. And the last but not the least is Dumping, Takwa for oil palm. So this is the facility that we have.
Okay, so just hold your breath there, and to tell you that President Akufo-Addo has arrived here at the Insuta factory, maize processing factory, and he is currently being received by the officials out there. You perhaps can see in your shots that the president has arrived, his entourage are with him, and there is a plug that he has to go and unveil, and after unveiling the plug, then he will be taken around by the officials to inspect the 2 facilities that are here before he departs in Suta. So tell us, what are the 2 facilities that have been installed here that President Akufo-Addo is about inspecting?
Yeah, you rightly said in your intro. The first one is to 4 to 5 metric tons per hour maize dryer per hour. So you can imagine the volume of maize that can be dried in this facility. And you see, if you are talking about the value chain, this is one of the key things that the farmers need to be assured of the good price for their product. Most of the time, our farmers are not able to get good price for their product because of the nature of the dryness. Because the dryness determines the price that you have on your maize. So once you have the correct dryness, we are able to deal with aflatoxins and other bacteria and viral attacks from the maize.
So, okay, so I know that you had a heartbeat there, but essentially, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned the factory, and that is what you are hearing. And so the Insuta maize factory is duly commissioned by President Akufo-Addo, and now he will be taking through exactly what is going to be processed here. So complete your overview of the 2 machines that are here.
Yeah, so the first one that we talk about, 4 to 5% per hour drying machine. And then the second one on my left is the grates, the 5 metric tons per day grates. And the grate is of special quality to us because we just want to move to the next level of the value chain, that we'll be able to support our beverage companies, our alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages companies, to be able to get good quality maize as one of their inputs in their maize processing.
And so in essence, the grate machine, once it processes the maize, it becomes available for industry players such as the alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage to make good use of it.
Yeah, so you can talk about Guinness, Ghana, all the poultry factories can also take some of the grates as an input for their poultry feed, and all the other industrial activities.
Okay, so the officials have just shown President Akufo-Addo the first equipment, which is right behind us, which is the one that has capacity to process up to 5 to 4 metric tons of per hour of maize, dry maize. And then currently he's been shown other facilities. So tell us, the organization, we know that you have told us that the structure of ownership is public-private partnership and all that. But I'm told that the board of directors and officials who are working here have all been sworn in. Does it mean that this place is operational after today?
Exactly so. And that is what we have done. We believe that for this, as you already said from the intro, we have gotten the board of directors in place. We have gotten the management consultants, the people who are going to run the day-to-day operations of the company in place. What we have to understand, over the years, the farmers are being left behind. But with this type of facility, what we have done, you were saying that the farmers are holding 70% of the shareholding strata. Yes, so that they own this facility. 70%.
The ordinary farmers.
The ordinary farmers. What we did was that with the support of our business resource centers, we have been able to capture all the farmer-based organizations in this catchment area. And we have also captured them and registered them as guarantee. And then we put them together to form associations. So this association, we let them elect their leaders. So part of their leaders have been also selected as board members. So if you look at the shareholding structure, consisting of 9 people, 3 of them are the farmer-based organizations. 1 of them from the Instituta Traditional Council. 1 of them from Instituta, the District Assembly. So in all, you see that out of 9, 5. So they have their majority shareholder. Yeah. And then we have 3 people who are private sector, but we have a legal person to support them on all legal activities. We have an agribusiness expert, because this is an agribusiness facility. And the last one is that we have somebody who also have accounting and finance background, so that we have built a strong team to be able to support the operations of the company.
All right, so President Akufo-Addo is being shown the various facilities that have been installed here, and he's been briefed on how the process is going to work and all that. But, you know, the most important raw material here is maize. I am told that this catchment area is noted for maize. Does it mean that raw material is readily available for this facility? And again, how are they going to store these raw materials in this facility? Is there warehouse and all those kind of things?
Where we are now, the facility, we can see that we have built an ecosystem. An ecosystem starting from the warehouse to the processing plant, and then for the export or for the market access. And then 2, we also have offices for all the people who are coming to work here, changing rooms, everything, because once you are doing food processing, one of the key things you have to look for is quality assurance. So we want to make sure that anybody who enters here, you change, you go through all the quality assurance before you come to the factory site. And then apart from that, we have the warehouse that can store a lot of maize. Just across on our left is another warehouse that has been built, but it's not purposely for this factory, but a warehouse that has been built for other inputs. So we can use both our warehouse and the warehouse to store the maize.
So in other words, from the arrival of raw materials here for purposes of processing and also exiting for purposes of export and public use, everything is intact.
Everything is intact. In fact, this is one of the models. And we are hoping and believing that if we get more funding,
we can replicate this to where we have farmer-based organizations who have a much produce, and at the end of the season, they will be crying. Now the farmers are going to specialize in their farming, and then they have their processing plant that is also going to specialize in the processing. And in that, we will be able to also put more money into the farming.
We live a lot on maize. Yeah. Earlier on, when I engaged some of the officials, they asked me, do you eat Tom Brown?
Yes.
Do you take cocoa? Do you take akple? Do you take banku, cake? It looks like every one of the favorite foods we eat in our country is somewhat based on maize. And so this factory coming in is going to help in the processes of maize. President Akufo-Addo has finished with the commissioning. He has unveiled the plug. He has also inspected the facilities that are here, and subsequently he is departing in Suta for the last assignment of the day, which is his party's assignment all the way in Kumasi. But to wrap up our conversation, quickly tell us, you initially mentioned that there are 5 of such projects. I know you mentioned in the western region, Savelugu also, and then other places. It appears that 2 upon commissioning of this, 2 out of the 5 have been commissioned. So there are 3 more that are left to be commissioned. Which of the 3 are left to be commissioned?
The 3 that are left to be commissioned are in Krankwanta.
Which is in the West region?
No, in Krankwanta, in the Buno.
Region.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the dumping in Western, near Takwa. And then the last one is Savlugu in the north. So these are the 3.
Savlugu in the north is going to process what?
Rice. In Krankwanta is also to process rice. Dumping is for oil palm.
So what it means is that we have 1 oil palm, we have 3 rice, and then 1 maize. And the maize being this one. Indeed. Thank you very much, Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo is in charge of 1 district, 1 factory in the Ministry of Trade and Industry. And he graciously joined me to bring us all the details about this 1 district, 1 factory partnership, public-private partnership between government and farmer-based organizations in Suta here in the Ashanti region. And so this factory, we are told, is capable of processing 4 to 5 tons of maize, dry maize, per hour, and also capable of processing 5 metric tons of maize grits per day. And that is the capacity that this factory has. It says that the officials are saying that they have a ready market for maize because most of the foods that we eat in Ghana are maize-based. And so they have a market waiting for the products that they are going to be processing here. So, Kweku, from Insuta here in the Ashanti region, my name is Wilberforce Asare. I brought you the coverage of President Akufo-Addo's stopover here at the Insuta maize factory to commission same. Kweku.
All right, thank you very much, Wilberforce Asare, our man live from Insuta, and he brought us all that we needed to know about the commissioning of the maize processing factory under the 1D1F. And of course, you saw President Akufo-Addo commissioning that factory as well as other government officials. And that's how we want to wrap up our coverage of the President's tour of the Ashanti region today. Remember, the President will have a final lap of his tour tomorrow. He will be inspecting road projects. He will also be inspecting ongoing Agenda 111 hospital projects, as well as attending to other ceremonies before he wraps up his tour of the Ashanti region tomorrow. And we will be bringing you updates right here as part of our special coverage of the President's regional tours produced by the Ministry of Information. My name is Kweku Obenje. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. You have been watching us live on GTV, Metro TV, City TV, Adum TV, ETV, and of course, you've also been watching us on the Ministry of Information Facebook page, our Facebook page that's the Ministry of Information Facebook page. Kweku Obenje. On behalf of myself and the rest of the team, thank you so much for your time and have a great evening. Goodbye.